So I'm having a chat with Boy Bleach. How are you guys?
We're good, thank you, mate.
Not bad.
Good. You're here at Truck Festival. How's your day been so far?
Yeah, sorry, we were driving for most of it. We're doing a quick in and out, so like we just drove up, play the set, drive straight back out. So yeah, easy peasy
Nice,
for us.
easy.
Man.
Especially as you've been touring a lot this year. How's the touring been for you?
It's been great, man. We love touring, man. It's one of the main reasons we got into this in the first place. Like we love playing shows wherever we can play them, we'll play them. So yeah we love it, man.
Good,
it's been great.
And you've slowly been releasing new music. A single earlier this year. Are we now gearing up towards another bigger body of work, or are we just sticking with singles? What's the plan?
Well, the reason we're in and out today is because we're back in the studio to finish off our second EP.
Nice.
So yeah, it's going to be amazing. Yeah,
Good.
we're looking forward to it. But yeah, it's sick.
Yeah, good. And how's this second EP sounding at the moment?
It sounds big, man. Like it's like
From what we've released, it definitely feels more like how we sound live, I guess, which was the aim. Because we have been on tour quite a while now, and it's just nice to get the same energy into the studio, I guess.
Yeah.
You know.
Yeah, good. And when it comes to going into the studio, have you got a plan? Do you know what you're going to be going in and doing, or are you just going to sit down and see what happens?
It's a bit of a blend of both, to be fair. Like we always go in with something because like we like to think about what we're actually making before we actually get into the process of making it. But then after that, it's just a bit of a free for all. Whatever's best for the song is what we do. So
yeah, good. And when it comes to the writing side of things, how do tracks normally start off for you guys?
Oh, it depends. We normally have like a concept of something that we want to write about, and then we get kind of like lyrics and lines down for it, and then we just start working on the music as best we can to kind of like get the same energy, and then we finish actually writing the top line and everything over that kind of like the actual music once it's kind of started to form a little bit, just so we have something to actually push the energy. So yeah, but
I think it entirely just depends on where we are when creativity kind of sparks, because sometimes we'll just be in our bedrooms at like 1 a.m. just like cracking out an idea. Sometimes we'll just start it in the studio with the engineers that we're working with at the time.
So do you guys have a big bank of riffs and lyrics and a bit of everything, or are you the sort of guys who kind of jump together and only write at those times?
It's a weird one because we're all scattered a little bit. Like luckily 3 of us live together and the other 2 live together, so we kind of work on things separately here and there, but it all comes together in the studio. But we're always writing. I've always got like hundreds of notes pages in my phone of just like lyrics and concepts, and Lou's always like producing just beats and just chord progressions, anything like that. The lads are always coming up with riffs, so a lot of the time we're quite lucky. Sorry, mate. A lot of the time we're quite lucky that like we end up writing a concept, and then along the same vein, the lads will hit us with a good riff, and we'll just be like, oh shit, and then we just end up writing the song to that. So it's normally pretty good.
A lot of the time, especially when we come together, we like to kind of be spontaneous. So maybe we'll come in with an idea, but most of it won't be formed until we're together, and we can just actually kind of get all the guitars in, and it feels just the most authentic that way, I guess.
Yeah, good. And you've mentioned you've got like loads of pages of lyrics. Is there any lyrics that you haven't used yet that you really want to get into a song at some point?
Oh, I'd have to check my notes. There's definitely a few pages of things that are like definitely usable. A lot of the time you write what you're feeling at the time, and I've come back to notes pages I've written like years ago that have had like perfect lyrics on them that I've ended up putting in like later tracks. But a lot of time I read through stuff and I was like, what the fuck was I talking about, man? Like, so, but yeah, there's definitely some there. I'd have to think, but there's definitely a few, for sure.
Good. People will want to see you live as well. So once you finish here this weekend, what's your plan next and where are you heading off to?
Oh God! Well, we got our headline shows in September, so that's in Manchester, Birmingham, and London. We're playing like a kind of mini headline tour, just to feed the appetite a little bit, get us back out. Because we're just in the studio so much recently, so it's nice to break it out with a little bit of live. And then after that, we hopefully just hit the road with the new EP and just play that to as many people as possible. We're in Europe a lot, which is cool. So like, hopefully we'll be back there end of the year. Which is sick.
Good stuff. And you must have some aspirations of things you want to achieve as a band. What's one thing that you have to do as a band?
Headline Truck.
We want a headline truck.
You can do that.
We
definitely on the cards.
Yeah. Main stage in Reading would be amazing. We've got like I'm sure every artist does anyway, but like we're from the south, innit? So like Reading's kind of like that festival everyone wanted to play as kids. So we'd love to main stage that at some point in the next year or two. Selling out like a Brixton Academy would be sick, man. Like that's just kind of like a rite of passage for bands from our bits. So like I think that's probably the main 3 at the moment, is getting on the best slots at the festivals and getting on like selling out some headlines, especially where we're from, London as well. But a nice headline tour across Europe wouldn't be too bad either. We'd like that.
Sounds good to me. Well, guys, it's been a pleasure.
Cheers, mate.
Having a chat with you.
You too.
Thank you very much. Cheers.
Thank you. Cheers, man.